Yeah. Hope the mic isn't too loud, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I don't see anything yet on my YouTube channel. Oh, there it is. And the quality looks awful. Please tell me it's because it's on 144 by default. Auto 720? Nah. 720p. I don't understand this. I don't know why the heck. Oh, okay, now people are showing up. Um, oh yeah, I could show them on the screen, right? Yo, ma, yo, man. Really? Okay, now everybody's showing up. Jesus. I was just checking the visual quality, and it looks like it's still bad regardless. And I don't know why it does that. Because I'm trying to see if I can find something that lets me stream on my phone, but it keeps the quality. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to buy a webcam just to make the video quality look good. Because right here, it's like out of focus and blurry and kind of pixelated. But on my on the phone itself, it's on good quality. Yeah, so everybody's gonna say hey and hello. So I don't know. At this point, the StreamYard is not gonna be worth anything. The only difference, if I can, let's see, can I get the first live viewer comment show on StreamYard as an example? Tap on a comment and show it on screen. So let's go with Lowell Lucas Jr. first, since he's the first one. But everyone is just saying hi, and it's a little redundant because of the top chat. You could just watch it through there, but I guess it's a little more nicer to see it on screen. So I guess I'll put everybody's that just popped up. I don't know why can I. Is there a format that I could do this automatically so people can know what I'm talking about? Yes, hello, hello, Lucas Jr. Yo, man, this thing is tilting. Even my skin tone is like totally different. Like I have like this saturation on my phone, but it doesn't appear on the live stream. No, Metatron, I have not played Ashura's Wrath. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, Battle Revolution, and just looking at Pokemon in general. And at this point, I might as well link this on Twitter because I don't know how long the stream is gonna last. I just came here to test this. So for now, I'm just gonna post this on Twitter. Test stream. Don't know how long I'll stay. Don't know how long I'll stay. I feel like I was about to like exhale. Yeah, there we go. Okay, going back to the live stream. Great Kun Julio, hello. Billy Mount the Third, hello, Anime Hero. Teddy Beer, hey, hey, hey. Hello, Lucas, we're here, man. And then here's Danny Boy, yo. Sudden stream, yeah, sudden death stream, Danny Boy. Audio quality or not? Oh, I don't know about the audio because I'm using this thing here, and I was looking in the settings, and no matter what I did, my voice was super loud. So I don't know if it sounds distorted right now or if it sounds okay. I'm gonna try to lower my voice tone, see if that does anything. Perhaps a StreamYard that's tanking the quality, maybe because I'm using the free version because I don't want to pay money. Like what I heard on Patreon doesn't even cover like the minimum like fee. So I'm just going on the $0 plan. That's why you're seeing the duck logo on the corner. Teddy Beer, weird timing. Hokuto Ken Kanzenban just came in through the mail, and then you come on live. Oh, that's nice. I mean, I have the volumes over there, but I can't move right now. I have the English versions. The Burning Light. Where manly series have gone? Yeah, I guess what you mean is like where have the manly series gone? I don't know, but like there's some testosterone still, but it's coming from other places. I mean, like Samurai Jack, Primal, Last Man, I want to say there was like something recently. Like, well, right now it's Stone Ocean and Baki that are the manly stuff, and Kengan Asura if it comes back. But of course, I'm waiting for Fist of the North Star to get a reboot because Bastard got the reboot. But there's still no Fist of the North Star. Rurouni Kenshin, Shaman King, those are the latest reboots. There was even a reboot for Soul Hunter, which I don't think anybody watched. I don't think anybody even knew about the original series. It sounds crackly and it's peaking. Oh, okay. Let me. Can I change the mic? Settings, audio. You know what? I'm gonna just use the regular phone audio. So I'm putting wired headset. I'm gonna change to. I have speakerphone on default. So I'm gonna go on default now, and I don't know what they're gonna do. We'll see. Yeah, Teddy Bear. I just did a video like the other day. It's on this channel. It's there, but I'm getting way ahead. Is I'm looking at the chat on the YouTube than the one on my phone. Let's see. Waiting to see if it pops up. It's all good. How about this? Have you played the Versus Capcom games? Also, what would you think if it were an anime series? Let me know. The audio's still messy, and I'm just gonna use the phone audio, so you're probably only gonna hear it from one ear, because I guess this little mic is like not that good. Well, I don't know. Lately, it's been itchy. I mean, itchy. Like it's been awful. Oh yeah, have I played? No, I haven't played any of the Capcom games since the 2000s. Possibly, I've been needing to play like Street Fighter Five. Not sure that's like the best version of the game, but that's definitely like the current one. As for anime series, I appreciate the video game adaptations, but I haven't seen all of them. I haven't seen the Tekken one. I would need to rewatch the Street Fighter ones. I haven't seen the Street Fighter 2V series and never finished that. What was the other one? Darkstalkers I enjoyed a lot. Fatal Fury, I haven't seen the OVAs. There's also the Samurai Spirits. Some of the, well, not Capcom, but there's the MK stuff that I haven't finished watching. The MK Legends. That's what comes to mind. Mono is better than Peking. Ooh. Alright, Danny Boy. Boom. I was surprised you mentioned Blade of the Immortal in your last video. I've been meaning to check that series out for a while now. The thing is, like with Blade of the Immortal, since there's two anime, I didn't watch the original series, and for the reboot, I saw about one episode or two, and I guess I just wasn't in the mood for it, and I just put it on hold. And the reason I brought it up is because that's the only other new thing that Liden Films has done. So I'm not aware of how good the quality is going to be, but I'm assuming that'll be the best judge of them at their best or worst points. By the way, you excited bastard getting a new anime series? I guess it's definitely the motivator for me to like keep reading and continue where I left off. Or in my case, I'm starting from scratch and watching the OVA again. It really sounds crackly and it's speaking free premos and effect video quality. I don't know. Uh, let me know the audio's like better right now because I did change the settings. Let's see. Where was I? Uh, Roland Katsuragi about a working PS3 from an old guy to Craigslist Saturday. Danny Boy, have you finished Karate Baka Ichidai, by the way? Yes, I did. I finished it in early January or late December. The thing is, I don't mean to be cheap, but I wrote 3 different posts about my watching journey on Patreon, and that's where I wrote the stuff. Admittedly, the first 2 posts is just one picture, and only the last one where I was taking like a bunch of screenshots of the end of the series. But I could talk about Karate Master right now. I can see like the problems with it. The fact that, well, I really like the beginning of the series, like the first 25 episodes of Karate Master was really good. And but afterwards, it just becomes so episodic. There's no real stakes. Like the series had peaked two times before, like when Ken Asuka had his students, like the stuff with him, that was a good portion. And then all the racism that started occurring when he went to America, that elevated the series, and then it peaked, and it never got that good ever again. There was that story with the when he's in the underground wrestling ring with the criminals. That stuff was good. That was like the last real major arc. But the majority of the series is just episodic, like Challenger of the Week, and it basically became the influence for Street Fighter. And I want to say it was like I'm very curious if Karate Master influenced Baki the Grappler because it reminded me of that. I wouldn't be too surprised if it also influenced Tough in that format of just facing different opponents for the sake of improving yourself, or in Kanaska's case, for the glory of karate and all that. And the last few episodes just weren't that interesting. It felt like it was going to be the next arc because these new opponents show up out of nowhere. They can face him, and then they're like on Asuka's level, and then it doesn't go anywhere. Then even the new student that he gets, like it doesn't go anywhere, and then just it just doesn't go where I want it to be. It just sort of stops. Yeah, I highly recommend the first 25 episodes, but afterwards it just gets super repetitive, not thrilling. Sub anime hero. Have you ever read Tetsuo Hara's Keiji? You mean Hana no Keiji? I read a little bit of it, but there isn't much available when I started. I think there was only about 20 chapters. I don't know how it is right now. It might have been different. So far, I'm guessing my audio is okay. I don't know. I put default. AB just got here. Oh, my face is weird. I mean, like these folds now. Teddy bear. Mine are in French and they're getting rare, so I'm howling all I can get. Catching up to these things. But yeah, Teddy bear. That on this channel, I'm streaming right now on the Anime Hero. So the recent thing you can the recent upload that I did was about Bastard. So there you go. Is this being streamed via data? Not really sure, man. I don't know what to do when it comes to streaming. At this point, I might have to use a webcam or my desktop. I don't know, because I'm just using the phone, man. It looks good on the phone, but once I put it on YouTube, it just looks awful. The Linguini Bros, man, I wish Karate Baka Ichidai had an English translation for the manga series. Yeah, you can't find like a single page of the manga at all. There is nothing, and this freaking thing keeps tilting. Uh, the new Bastard anime should be manly. Also, that wrestler Isekai was manly and too damn funny. I wasn't aware there was a wrestling Isekai. Doesn't sound much different to me, but it's peaking less. Oh, okay, I'm gonna, I'm gonna pull this out then. You know what? Let me. What would happen if I just pull it out? Pull it out. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming your data on your phone on the Wi-Fi. It must be the Wi-Fi then. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. Camera, microphone, okay. Any difference? Just to know before I continue, because at this point, I don't know. This mic isn't gonna be as good anymore. Right. Let me go back to Linguini Bros. Shikakui Jungle Square Jungle 2. I never heard of that one. Karate Baka Ichidai continues with another main character as it goes along. Is it like that new student that he got towards the end of the anime? And here is the Tezcatli Poscasura. I don't know. Ha. Maybe you meant to say hi. Street Fighter V isn't good in multiple metrics compared to others in the series for a number of reasons. Have you heard of Karakuri Circus and Ushio no Tora? Oshio to Tora. Yeah, I know what they are, Oshio and Tora, and well, literally Karakuri Circus. I think they're both from the same author. I know they kind of came out like into mid 2010s, late 2010s. Like I know what they are, but I haven't looked at them at all. So I can't really judge if which one's better. Have you heard of Mesquite Still, Reaper of the Sun? No, I haven't. Sorry, I wouldn't know anything. The only thing I know is Tenochtitlan. But even then, that's one with a snake, right? I don't know. I'm halfway through the 2021 reprint of Battle Angel. Would it include the original or the revised ending from the deluxe version? I didn't even know there was different endings, man. Like you guys seem to be more informed than me. Because with the Lita, I have the 5 volumes, but I was never aware there was an alteration to the ending. The only thing I'm aware of is that they added the colored pages and they flipped it the right way so it could be right to left instead of left to right. Bobby Hill, Manly. Any word on your Manly series? Not at the moment. What I've been focusing on is watching stuff regarding the Manly villains list because I'm thinking there's some shows that I never finished watching, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm currently watching Silverfang, and that's also the reason why I ventured into Karate Baka Ichidai just to see if there was something there, and it wasn't really there because there was one villain called Tam Rice, an American like ex boxer turned wrestler, and I thought he might have led to something because like Ken Asuka was like I was trying to figure out a way to say this without a swear word, but he's dropping bricks just by looking at the Tam Rice. He's like super scared of him. He's sweating hard, sweating buckets, and Tam Rice doesn't live up to the hype. And some of the other opponents that he faced, none of them really have any spectacular designs or facial features. They're all manly, but nothing really pops from them. It feels like very well. It really is just very early battle shonen, which surprised me. It has a place in history, but unfortunately, the thing is like so ahead of its time that it doesn't live up to the expectations of today. So I don't know how to go about that, but. Kiryu Sanagi. Hello, the anime hero. I'm so glad the Storm Collectibles finally opened pre-orders for Ken the Eagle. Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to do a video about it, but I got distracted with Bastard, and then there's another video that's almost done, but I need to draw, and I haven't been able to do that. Well, I did draw 2 things, but I didn't like the results. Like one of them, I messed up the hands really bad, and then I don't think the character design looks interesting enough. Cause there was like a little bit on the Toy News update where I showed that one illustration, but I'm like, there could be a better one. I messed up on the fist in particular. Mr. Jown 4, have you ever heard of a manga called Kenji? Nope. I don't know. I don't know about that one. And yeah, you have to tell me more info. Evan Billings, do you think there will ever be a faithful anime adaptation of Berserk, similar to how Cyborg 009 got a faithful adaptation years after Ishinomori's passing? I hope it doesn't take that long, considering the hype for Berserk. I'm actually kind of wondering if Berserk's hype could ever fall off. Like, for many years, it's been regarded as the quintessential seinen manga, but nowadays, I don't know how people will react to it. I want to say it's one of those series people heard of it, but they don't actually go out of their way to watch it or read it. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Uh, Street Street Fighter was also loosely inspired by Enter the Dragon, Roland Katsuragi. I can see that. It was well for Mortal Kombat. It was Big Trouble in Little China. I want to say Kickboxer, but I'm probably thinking of the other Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. What was the name of that film? Wow, I can't remember it, but why can't I remember the name? Now I gotta look it up because I'm thinking I know the name that I'm thinking about. It even came out on Cobra Kai, one of the latest episodes. My head is thinking Kickboxer, but that's the wrong movie. Bloodsport. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Bloodsport, and I think maybe Enter the Dragon also influenced MK. That's my guess. Karate Baka Ichidai started a karate boom in the early 70s, so I'm not surprised if Baki and Tough took inspiration from it. From Linguini Bros, Gene. Thank you for any information, because the only other direct confirmation that I found was with Araki that here's the thing, because I don't buy it. He says that the Hamon was influenced by the well, not the Hamonen specifically, but he wanted to do martial arts because of Karate Master. There is one scene that is from Karate Master, and it's when in the manga only when Jonathan finishes his Hamon training, he's like this wild man look, and that's when Kanaska like finally leaves the mountain and is ready to go out to go back into the world. But like, I don't believe Araki. If Araki says somewhere that all the martial arts inspiration was from Karate Baka, like I don't believe that because we all know where he got it from. Really, it's all about Hokuto no Ken. Itagaki mentioned Karate Baka, Ichidai, and Garoden. And also, yeah, I warned you, the latter half of Karate Baka is very meh. Yeah, there's some episodes that I liked, like the one where he's meeting the guy with the I don't remember the martial art, even though I wrote the post about it. The guy with the two swords, like in that village where they don't accept outsiders. Like I really love the atmosphere of that episode. It's like before Gendy Tarakatsuki, so atmospheric, so moody. The music is what sold that episode and the way it was told and everything. But the actual, but the majority of the series is just there's no conflict, man. um, There you go. Jean, the main villain from the last arc, was the main inspiration for Sagat. I believe that a sprite of S1 was traced from a Karate Baki Ichidai manga. Was it the same guy from the wrestling ring, or was that a different character? Because I don't remember his name. I remember him being very big and having the eye patch, but he wasn't necessarily using Mutai. Like that was a whole different other character. Metatron. Oh man, this is like one of those cartel videos. Oh, dude, come on. Sounds like underwater potato Mike, but much more terrible than before. Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on here. I guess next time I'm gonna have to use my desktop and buy a webcam because it's gonna look the same here. Buy a webcam and use my actual mic that I use for videos. You should also check out Karate Baka Isekai, the Isekai parody homage to the original series. Can I even find that in English? It all depends on. I'm supposed to be clicking that. That way other people know what I'm talking about, but I'm just clicking away, clicking away. But yeah, if I could find that manga, I'll take a look. Well, Lucas, Kimono Michi Rise Up is the name of that isekai wrestling anime. Definitely recommend the dudes on wait. Definitely recommend the dudes on Animal Lover. Definitely recommend the dudes in Anime Lover. Okay, I got what that was. Let's see. Linguini Bros. Akiman mentions that he paid homage to him whenever he draws Ken. I think. what would happen if Rikio was in Hokuto no Ken by Christian Lopez? Well, he would be Kenshiro's next ally. Hopefully, he won't be the next one to perish. But again, if this was going to be a crossover, I can see him wanting to see them both fight each other. But it's always going to be that typical misunderstanding, or maybe Kenshiro will confuse his art for Hokuto Shinken or something like that, or like is that a different branch of Hokuto Shinken, or I don't know. Or maybe Rikyo would try to fight Rao. Let's see where that leads him. I mean, they gotta join forces at one point. Danny boy, I don't know how far you got into the Date Gaiden, but what do you think of the random Saint Seiya references and clone characters, like a character who is clearly Akashi but isn't him? Yeah, I don't think I got that far because when I started reading it, there was only like about a volume of chapters, and if there were some Saint Seiya references, definitely did not pick up on that. But I watched the show recently in December, so I should probably take another look at the Date manga because I know there was also for Jackie. They also got a Gaiden. Hey, let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Should have kept it down there for a lot longer. Um, yeah, I've been like out of touch on a lot of things. I've been trying to catch up, and also been focusing on like the writing stuff. Mm, I'll just leave that there until I look for the next one. Okay. Roland Katsuragi. The original ending of Battle Angel was a compromise because the creator thought he wouldn't be able to finish. He did a new ending for the deluxe version that better connects to the sequel. Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't know because I never took a look at the Last Order. I just felt like satisfied with the ending or with the original series. I didn't see the need for it to continue. So I never looked at anything at Last Order, but I did find out some info about Destinovas, that there's different Destinovas. Alita has a tail for some reason. So, like I've seen some artwork, but the actual story, I don't know what's going on. Oh, that Danny boy. I also found myself watching some of your old videos, and you mentioned wanting to do a top 10 modern manly anime characters list. Are you still going to do that list? I actually did do the list, but I remember I took them down because they both had some Lupin footage. So I did do in two different videos. There were like 5 and 5, and at the time TMS was doing like this massive Lupin takedown like on anything. The first ones to go were AMVs of Lupin the Third, and then actual videos and reviews, and everything was going down. Because in those videos I had Goemon in one and I had Jigen in the other. So I just took both of them down and I never re-uploaded them. So I would have to compile them into like one video and upload that again. But at the same time, like I don't know, I'm gonna have to put like a disclaimer in the beginning because the context of it doesn't correlate to what's going on right now, like at all. Especially with the footage, because I don't think the Goemon movie had come out yet when I made that. So and this was before part 5 even happened, so you won't see Goemon like do like his brutal kills or Jigen having like his like more standalone moments of him. Or you won't see Jigen in gray either. You'll just see him in the green. There's a bunch of stuff that I haven't gone back and fixed because there's even like the Sonic movie review that I have on my channel that it's been well it's visible, but Paramount like copyrighted like about a year ago, and I never bothered fixing it. Bizarre. Do you think we'll ever get another Devilman anime or any more Devilman material in general? In manga form, I don't know because I really think Go Guy might be done with Devilman in its entirety. Like, because he finished Saga like about a year ago. Devilman Saga, I mean. I can picture some guidance, but for Devilman manga directly from Go Guy, I don't know. As for anime, I hope there's something this year because it's 2022. Then again, maybe Go Guy can do like a special chapter, like a one shot for this year, marking Devilman's 50th anniversary. Maybe. Now my throat is hurting. Linguini Bros, have you ever checked out any of Kazuo Koike's works? He made Crying Freeman, Wounded Man, and Madball 34. Is Wounded Man the one with the picture of the cowboy, or I'm thinking of something else? Because maybe I'm thinking of a different OVA or instead of a manga. Well, the one that I looked at was Lady Snowblood. That's the only one I finished from start to finish. I also looked at. I think he made Samurai Executioner. I read all of that like many years ago, and I read a little bit of Lone Wolf and Cub. But for the Manbull 34, I saw the OVA. Crying Freeman, I saw the OVA, but I don't remember what happened in it. It's been too long. Because in some of the manly videos, I've posted artwork from Kazuo Koike, so I know who he is, but I haven't like ventured much outside of Lady Snowblood and Samurai Executioner. Linguini Bros, Bloodsport, Basic Syphilis, Bloodsport. Everyone beats me to it. Christian Lopez, Devilman versus Guts, who would win? Maybe Devilman? I don't know, it depends how strong Devilman is in this adaptation. Because like in some versions Devilman can become a giant and other ones he like in the original Devilman manga, he could be killed by guns and swords, basic military weapons. All the demons in the first what happened to my laptop? Whatever. Oh jeez, I could just charge it. It's right here. Apparently my laptop went to sleep. Oh, come on, these cables. In the original Devilman manga, all the demons were able to be killed by military firepower. So it is possible for Guts to kill him if it's the original Devilman, but at the same time, I don't know if Guts can take like a devil beam and live through that, or like anything like Devil Cutter. Like almost any Devilman attack could kill Guts, but then again, he's fought against a couple of apostles, but none of those apostles could. Like when he fought the fairy, like that's one of the few apostles that could fly, and Guts like struggled so much with that. And, of course, this is before he got the Berserker armor, so afterwards, like maybe he has a chance with the armor. Without it, like Guts has no chance against Devilman. So, but then again, I think in the Amon manga, Devilman was strong enough to like make a tornado or punch with somebody and cause a tornado. I don't know. And then in Devilman Crybaby, Devilman's arms were like so freaking long and they were able to stretch. Well, the thing is, Devilman still has one technique he could do against Guts, and he could merge with Guts. Do a force merge, and he might like do like a kamikaze attack that way, or maybe Guts could become the dominant host. Who knows? Become a Devilman Guts fusion, Devil Guts. Supposedly, MK started a licensed Van Damme project that evolved into an original game after Jean-Claude Van Damme left. Ah, okay. Maybe he was mad about Predator. I think Araki said he wanted to make an imposing main character like Karate Bakaichidai in part 1. I would have to double check because I did know he does mention a little bit of that with Jonathan, and also about wanting to have like strong bodies. Yes, that's how I turn out for MK. Johnny Cage ended up paying homage to Jean-Claude Van Damme. Sonya is Cynthia Rothrock. Oh, okay, I should have known about that because I only found out about her recently. The ninjas pay tribute to Sho Kosugi movies. Okay. Doomslayer 91. Do you think Violence Jack will ever get a reboot like Devilman? I hope so, because Violence Jack is one of those overdue topics, and a lot of the times I keep bringing up the same conversation pieces that I want to make, because it all comes down to Violence Jack being the progenitor of manly characters, and also for the post-apocalyptic scenario, and the fact that it's like super dark and predates a bunch of seinens. I mean, the content that it has is like on par with Berserk, so it makes me wonder, like, could Violence Jack actually be accepted in that same level, or because it's constantly looked negatively, it was looked down upon. Oh, the character that inspired Sagat is a manga only character, while Kinosuke isn't the main character anymore. Oh, okay. Because there was one character that I saw that had his haircut, and I don't know if that's that same student towards the end of the anime, because it looks like him. It has the same hairstyle, but I don't know. We'll see. Danny Boy, Karate Baka Isekai is being actively translated. It's an ongoing series. It also has a light novel. Hope it gets an adaptation, becomes a modern manly series. That'd be nice. Because lately, a bunch of manly anime have been getting isekais from Amoeba to Retsukayo. I know there's a third one that I'm drawing a blank. Reginald Forthright. Have you read Red by Kenichi Muraida? Muraida. Kenichi Muraida. I think he could probably go on a manly characters list. Red by Kenichi. Hold up, let me check here. Let's see. Read by Kenichi Muraida. Going on Google. Oh yeah, I never seen this one, but I can kind of see the manliness already. Looks a little Shimabukuro-ish in some angles. It's a Western? Like it seems to be like a Western Native American type of thing, which yeah, I never heard of this one. This was like super obscure to me. And I'm gonna try to add this to my anime list later on. I'm gonna leave that open. Okay, so thank you for that. I think the other manga was Kenji, but I'm not sure who the mangaka is. As soon as this lets me load. Kenji manga. I don't know if I'm looking at the right one, but I am seeing like a martial arts type of setting with Kenji. But I think I'm getting like 2 or 3 different series when I'm typing that in. I'm not sure. You heard about DC anime Catwoman Hunted? Yeah, I seen the teaser, the preview. No one was expecting it to be like an anime. Like I definitely wasn't, but I don't know. Like I saw a lot of the Camu, so I kind of don't feel like the need to watch another DC movie so soon. I haven't even looked at the Deathstroke movie. Oh man, this thing! I really gotta get the. Gonna have to use my stand next time. Bizarre. Do you read any webtoons? I don't think it's on webtoons. I'm not sure, but one person did link me his comic. Well, a couple of people linked me their comics so I could like critique them. But I only like personally talked to one of them, and he made the Aqua Regia or Aqua Reglia. Like, I don't know how it's pronounced, but I forget where he's from. Like, I don't remember if it was Brazil or Portugal, like or Portuguese. Like, I forgot what it was, but his name is Flu Horde. Like we talked a little bit about comics, and that's the reason why I brought that up in that update video where I wanted to where I need to make some sketches because it's like these ideas that I have are way overdue, and I should bring them out. And it's been like a slow process. How much of Gona Guy's body of work is just erotica like Masamune Shido? Oh man, Masamune Shido. I mean, once he drew that girl, the bathtub, and the girl, a bathtub, and a horse. There's no going back for that guy. um, for going to guy, like I think I want to say maybe Tezuka has probably more than going to guy because every now and then, with going to guy you can expect it, but when it comes to Tezuka, it's always like something like super super like kinky and bi curious. Like whenever Tezuka goes into sexual stuff. Kiryu Sanagi, what's your bizarre anime adaptation dream that probably won't happen, but you want it so bad? Um, Something that should probably never get an anime. I'm guessing. I don't know if Cyber Blue is the right one. I should say. Well, I don't think we'll get Cyber Blue that looks like Kenshiro. You know, like the original '80s one, not the new one. But if we're talking like something bad, well, the one manga that comes to mind is Omorai-kun. Like, I don't think there needs to be an anime for that, but if it does, it's like it's so lowbrow humor, but it is funny. It's so disgusting, but it's funny. So I think I'm gonna leave Omorai-kun as my answer. It's like it's not. I don't need it to be an anime, but if it somehow happens, like, well, I'm gonna watch it. It's all about Omorai-kun. I just want to see a modern anime of Cyborg 009 Linguini Bros. So do I, but I want it to be in 2D because the series hasn't been in 2D in forever, and the designs from the Devilman crossover are so good. Bizarre. I do want a more faithful Devilman adaptation, to be honest. Crybaby was good, but it was his own thing. I'd like to see it faithfully adapted. So do I. It's my like dream. Hoping something from this year comes out. Wow, Manbull 34. Holy smokes, it's been forever. Basic Syphilis, like, yeah. Manbull 34 is one of those like manga entertainment classics. One of the violent, like violent and sexual OVAs of all time. And set in America. My adaptation dream is an anime adaptation of Exoskull Zero Apocalypse. Oh, Apocalypse Zero reimagining by Madhouse or Telecom Animation Film, and directed by Hiroshi Hamasaki, who did Shigure Death Frenzy, I'm guessing. Was Manbull 34 based off Maniac Cop? Who knows? Because I mean, Koike, like, he has his like weird moments. Because people always praise him for Lone Wolf and Cub, but no one says like, oh, he's the inventor of Manbull 34. They don't put that on his like resume from the start. They always put Lady Snowblood and Crying Freeman, but it's always Lone Wolf and Cub. They always credit him for that, but like not Manbull 34. Let's see. Yeah, the protagonist wore a cowboy hat in Wounded Man. He was a Japanese Gridiron, the player that applied to what he learned into actual fights. One of the characters also inspired Cammy from Street Fighter. Kind of. Has anybody done like well, maybe Top Hat Gaming, because I don't know if anyone has actually covered like every anime influence of the Street Fighter characters, because almost every now and then I keep finding out like, oh, almost every character's from a different anime. I mean, even from Riki-Oh with that villain that inspired M. Bison. That's possibly Riki-Oh's biggest contribution to the world. He brought us M. Bison. There's this 2018 anime called Katetsuyo, and the character mentions on Dokujuku in episode 1. The thing is, it has an English dub, and they kept that reference intact. Closest thing to a Dokujuku dub. And oh, okay. Let me uh let me open a tab and just I'm gonna watch the episode just for that, but I'll do that later. Kazetsuyo. Is it called Katetsuyo Wind or something? Is it about like a sports track or something? Like I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure by the time I get my answer, it's gonna be like way, way later. I wish all Kinnikuman Nisei volumes were available in English. I've been dying to read it all. Highlights Des F. Yeah, sorry about that, because I do have most of the manga, but I'm missing 4 volumes. And I'm kind of surprised no one's actually posted them up, and the same thing goes for Saint Seiya. I don't know why no one has done the scans. Linguini Bros, man, Apocalypse Zero, I was reading that, lol. The manga was wild from the beginning, but I'm enjoying it. I found that about Katsuyo because I'm planning to do a video compiling Otokojuku references and cameos in other manga and anime. Do you remember anything else that I could use on that? I know Medaka Box. I don't know what page it is, but Medaka Box has like has one big page of nothing but Shonen Jump references, where they're just name dropping like almost every Shonen series. Aside from that, I wouldn't know what other series has referenced Otokojuku because I can't find any. To me, like it's easy to spot North Star and JoJo, but Otokojuku is like the obscure one. Jack is only hated in the West due to the OVA's reputation, like Maoji Productions. Yeah, I know. Like almost everything of Violent Jack is so negative that that even when it was brought over here, they had to like censor it. So there's some versions that has the some of the death scenes cut out, like stuff with a chainsaw and Hell's Wind, like that's edited out, but later on they were released uncut, and then eventually Discotek brought out like the definitive version of Violence Jack. Oh, and someone began translating the Amoeba Isekai. Oh, okay. I might as well read that along with the Retsukayo one and get double the manly Isekais. Oh, it has also the Sekimatsu leader Takeshi manga has been finally been fully translated. After reading 80 plus chapters, the first serious arc was really impressive. A character named Tony has some real sad backstory. Did I read that part already? Because I started reading it for a little bit. Because the first few chapters that I read had like the Thoriko looking character, and he had like a backstory with his sister and a fire. But I'm guessing like at this rate, I am convinced that maybe Takeshi is manlier than the Thoriko series. It's just like such a weird concept of like having this 7-year-old boy look like a 70-year-old man. I am a boy. Baki Savris, have you heard of the anime Queen's Blade? Yep, yes, I have. I've never seen it, but people keep telling me there's like a Souder reference in there, and I think there's probably something for Kaneko Man. Like there's bound to be a Kaneko Man reference in almost anything now. But no, I haven't looked at Queen's Blade. I haven't even looked at Killing Bites. That's something that's similar. And I know Iki Tosen was like kind of like I don't know. I think Iki Tosen might have bordered on the gross a bit. I'm not sure. Kenji, I think, is the only manga only series I could think of that really deserves an anime adaptation. Ah, oh yeah, I was thinking of stuff like Ganbare Genki, like right now, because that's like a old boxing series that you can't find much of online. Kenji suffers from the same problem as Karate Master. After 150 chapters, it just gets very repetitive. The art, the art and the way it represents Baiji Kwan is pretty cool. Nice. I think you'll like Red. It's about a Native American samurai and a cowgirl on a quest for revenge. Oh, okay, that sounds pretty cool. Actually, like I can't think of that many like traditional westerns because most of the time it's like westerns combined with something else in anime. Stuff like Trigun, Kurohime. I know the author of Kenshin had a western for like a little bit, but I don't think it lasted anywhere. Gun Frontier, like I don't know if there's some like since it's from Leggy, I don't know if there's some space things in there, or maybe the maybe Red might be the best traditional. Well, there's also Green Blood. There's Green Blood and Steel Ball Run, but and I guess Grenadier might count as a western. I don't know, but I think that's all the western anime that exists, and I guess a little bit of Blaster Knuckle too. the Kenji story was loosely based on the writer's life, and he had a knowledge of Baiji Kwan. It was the manga that popularized it, I believe. But yeah, I can agree with you. Mm. Penkaxilat. Yeah, that's the move I was thinking about. Penkaxilat was the one episode that I really liked in Karate Master, because after that point it was just so repetitive with like another boxer, another wrestler, and a little bit of Muay Thai, but then the Penkaxilat is what like kind of raised the stakes, and the atmosphere was so perfect, so harmonizing, and it just really felt like the the Samurai Jack episode that never was. It was perfect. Link Winnie Bros. Gona Guy is a pioneer, dude. Was doing stuff nobody was doing before and took full advantage of it. He was doing muscle art before he even got my attention. LOL. Oh yeah, man. Cause he likes his girls, man. But I think the muscular stuff. Well, then again, because even in the '70s, he was already doing the muscular stuff then, but it just was still in that cartoony stage. But then by the '80s and '90s, like everyone was like super ripped. I'm still impressed, like how Gona Guy's art style changed so drastically in the 3 dimensions, making everyone more 3 dimensional, more muscular, more shading. But there's something nice about the original '70s art that he did. I still haven't. I need to catch back up on Violence Jack because I just left it hanging during the grapple arc because that was incomplete at the time. I'm still waiting for Kinnikuman to come back to the States ever since I saw Ultimate Muscle on 4Kids back in the day. Kinnikuman Issei. I've been waiting for Discotech to grab that show and hopefully get the Japanese uncut also, but I know for sure they're gonna have to separate that into 2 releases, like one in English dub and one in Japanese. And I'm gonna have to buy them both. Oh, okay, the Street Fighter wiki has extensive material regarding inspirations of Rolling Katsuragi. I'll look into that because at this point I might make a. I don't know. That might encourage me to make a video, like the only Street Fighter video I ever make. It's like it's all everyone's an anime character. Like if you like Street Fighter, you need to like anime because without anime you wouldn't get your Chun Li's and your Camis or your Juris. I mean, Juris like Jolene Cujo, right? Totally Jolene. And then Ryu was like Kenshiro and Ken Asuka put together. Kiryu Tsunagi, the consequences of Crybaby getting more popular in a new fan base is some of this don't go to guy from Delman because they said he's gross old man drawing old grotesque visuals. Oh. Well, that's the thing. I mean, they say he's gross, but Crybaby's like super gross too. I mean, as far as I'm aware, Gona Guy's never drew cum on the ceiling. I don't think he's ever done that in anything. I could send you just a clip from the Katazuyo with the part where he mentions the series if you want to. Yeah, go ahead. You could either put it on the Twitter or the Instagram or the community tab on YouTube or something. Send it to me anywhere. I'll look at it. I'm thinking about getting to the Dai Dark manga. Let me look at that. I don't know what that is. All right, Google, help me out here. What is Dai Dark manga? Oh, okay, that's Doro Hedoro. So, like, yeah, that's the other one. I would have to ask Falcon to see how it is. 'Cause I want to say he did a video, but I don't remember what happens in Dai Dark, like, at all. But it really just feels like Doro Hedoro 2.0. The character with the sister backstory is Bonchu. Oh, okay. He does way more badass stuff later on. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I couldn't remember his names. So yeah, so the villain, the first enemy you're talking about, it's a different character entirely. When does the art style change, like into like the manly stuff? Like it's like chapter 100 or like a certain other time? Did you know the creator of Guilty Gear was inspired to design Baiken from a Kenshin poster, mistaking Kenshin for a woman? Oh, I didn't know about that. No, no, because Kenshin unfortunately has that big shonen look to him. Yeah, like at this point, all video game characters are inspired by anime. Like, just take him out because I mean, the other day, I mean, Blanca is like straight up Harimao from Asuna Joe 2. Man, that one's like so blatant when you look at it. It's like, I mean, obviously, Harimao didn't have any electrical powers, but still, the way the designs are done and the way they flip, it's like so clear. The inspirations are so clear for that. But no, I never knew that Baiken was influenced by Kenshin. But the thing is, Baiken has like way more. But I kind of don't see it because Baiken has like so much exaggerated hair, and then the whole like scarred eye and missing arm. Unless we're talking about like an older Baiken design that I'm not aware of. But man, all the pedo and sexual assault jokes in Takeshi really aged the milk, knowing we'll cut the series canceled later on. Oh no. I wasn't aware Takeshi had a couple of jokes like that. I mean, it is funny concept already that the fact that a lot of the characters are just kids and they don't look like kids at all. They're like grown ass men. But oh, Shimabukuro, why'd you have to do that? But at least what Shimabukuro did isn't as bad as it was Watanabe. No, not Watanabe. Watsuki. Watsuki. I mean, Watsuki did it bad. Oh, Watsuki, why'd you do that, Watsuki? You've been bad, Watsuki. You're married and everything. Mr. Speed Wagon. The I can't do it right, but I know what you're doing. It's a Stroheim voice, like Speed Wagon. But that just came out like French. The anime hero. Are you into Yu-Gi-Oh or GX? Oh yeah, I already seen both shows. Like back when they were new. So the one I'm currently watching is actually Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds because I feel that 5Ds is like the Asuna Joe reboot that nobody knows about because so far it looks better than Megalobox, and I feel like 5Ds is more Asuna Joe than Megalo or Megalo. I already forgot how to say it, but I've been liking it. But I need to slow down and need to catch up on other anime like Silverfang because I've seen like so many episodes of 5Ds and Pokemon Sun and Moon that I'm like I could have finished like one or two other animes by this point. Like if they were like below 20 or around 20, I would have finished them by now. Instead, I just keep watching more Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. But oh yeah, also just to clarify, for Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, I'm watching it in Japanese. I did so with GX like many years ago because I saw Yu-Gi-Oh and GX by 4Kids when they were new, and eventually jumped to the sub for GX because at the time the subs for the original Yu-Gi-Oh were like so freaking bad. You know, this was the days of like Spirit of the Retarded, you know, that type of stuff, or Will the Retarded. I forgot what it was called. Some monsters were like had the wrong names altogether. You know, just like some awful fan subs. But GX had like got the better ones, and you know, in the English dub, GX never did the final season. And then whenever I look at anything at 4Kids, I just get like a headache because I don't like the way they edit their stuff. It's not the voices or the jokes that I have a problem with. It's the way that the sound is done. Because every now and then there's like a drum snare, like I don't know how to describe it, but 4Kids like productions, like I really hate how it's designed. I really do. I don't feel like any like a bridge series doing it like, oh, this is a 4Kids version and really got it right. They're just thinking of ways of like watching a 4Kids show annoys me to no end because I don't like the way certain music, certain notes are played, and it just it's so aggravating. The man predicted his own downfall. Oh no. That guy innovated the kill 'em all ending before Tomino popularized. Yeah, I think Shameless School is what started that. I agree with you on the 70s art. Really enjoyed his work from Mazinger Z too. It ended up influencing me to check out Getter Robo. Yeah, Kenny Shikawa. Yeah, and the guy was definitely the first to do the kill 'em all stories. It's funny that the Ultimate Muscle anime bombed in Japan. Oh, but it was so popular over here that 4Kids paid Toei to make more episodes. Yeah, yeah, for one man, that was the biggest like piece of news that of trivia that surprised me that 4Kids like paid like out of their pocket to make more episodes. But you can also kind of tell that they paid out of their own pocket to make that happen because some of the animation was very stiff. There was no real openings. They had to use clips from the show to make the opening and the ending credits. There's also a censorship that I wasn't expecting where Meat's forehead is actually like erased, like he doesn't have the Niku sign. I'm not sure if Mantaro has it either, but I know in one of the Ultimate Muscle volumes, it says the Yotita Mago were talking about that, saying that, oh no, it's not an error, like they decided to change it. And I don't know what wording did he use, like for mass appeal or something, or I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they didn't want kids to imitate American kids to imitate that by putting a marker on their head. But so, what do you think of the revival of Fist and North Star hardbacks that we're getting from Viz Media? Also, will there be a Fist and North Star 18 English volumes in English like Japanese editions? The Zero 92. I believe so, because there isn't, from what I can tell, there is no difference. There's no editing. There is no. Well, what I wish these things had more like author commentaries in the back, but only the first volume has one, and I kind of wanted more. I mean, it took so long for the series to get over here. I want like a new interview with Hara and Boronson. But I hope it succeeds because right now we have pre-orders up to like volume 7, I think. And for Fist and Orson to come out in its entirety, we need like 4 more years or 3 more years because we get like 3 or 4 volumes a year. And I did the math like some time ago, but I can't think of it on the spot. I'm a huge fan of Tomino's works. MD Geist has returned. A lot of anime and manga's DNA has been in fighters for a while. Moji Productions. Also, manga I recommend. Also, manga recommendation of the day is Hell's Paradise, as it's currently getting an anime soon. Hell's Paradise manga. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I know this one. All of these things are new to me, but the question is which one I'm gonna read. And also, part of me doesn't feel like reading too much stuff because then I don't want to get influenced and add it to my own writings and be accused of a ripoff, of ripping it off. Because I already got plenty of influences from my favorite stuff, and I don't need any more. Have you checked out any of the Dragon Quest manga series? No, I haven't. Ugh, my voice is giving out, so I'm gonna have to like end this more or less. I don't know about some of these old manga and anime getting modern adaptations because subject matter. Because we all saw everyone on Twitter get PTSD of the first Goblin Slayer episode. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Like, it's not just Twitter. I think it's like the internet in general. And I'm actually kind of thinking that I'm assuming all these anime fans are like maybe below 20 years of age. That's just an assumption because like I think most of us are like in our 30s or 20s or late 20s by now. I don't know, or maybe even older. Because for anyone that was like watching anime since like the 80s or earlier, we've seen all this stuff before. It's like nothing new. Like something graphically violent and gross and sexual. Yeah, we've seen that before. We've seen like Legend of the Overfiend, Wicked City, Gold 13 the Professional, Angel Cop, Geno Cyber, Ichi the Killer, Apocalypse Zero. What's another sexy one? Well, this one's more modern. It's Reem, Daughters of Nemosin. That's another new one. Dance in the Vampire Bun. I think had like some of the potential like child pornography because of the young vampire or something of that nature. I don't know. That's what's coming to my head. Oh, then there's Speed Grapher, which is like the ultimate fetish anime. There's that. But yeah, I don't know. Manga anime influence in fighters is pretty much equivalent to Marvel's DC's influence to Mortal Kombat. You'll find many shoutouts. Well, worst girl Asuka is 14. Oh. Speaking of Guilty Gear, Justice is modeled after Tekken Blade and the Ava units. She even has color palettes based on the Ava's, and Raven's Overture design has some Gatchaman influences. Let me take a look. Let's see. Guilty Gear Justice. Yeah, I can kind of see that with the blade. If you just take off that hair and the tail, it's pretty much Tekkaman Blade. Let's see. Like in the Ava units, she even has color palettes with the Avas and Raven Overture design. Well, I mean, there's Raven in the name, so I can kind of see where the Gatchaman comes from. Yeah, I can see a little. Unless I'm looking at the wrong character. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Bruh, I just happened to get. Let's see. Bruh, whatever. I just happened to get some of those fansubs recommended recently. Oh, which one was it, the Yu-Gi-Oh ones or the? Yeah, okay, here we go. Because 4Kids use stock effects and over relied on stock audio cues. Yes, there you go. That's the nicer way, the better way to sum it up. Because there's like some, I can't describe it unless I have like some visual examples of the actual clips. Because it's in all of their stuff. It's not just a One Piece dub. It's not just the Yu-Gi-Oh dubs, but even like their Ninja Turtles dub. Because that's by far like one of their best 4Kids shows easily. But there's like one episode I cannot watch like at all because there's a drum snare that happens like almost every event like in that episode. It just doesn't stop. Something happens, drum snare. Another thing happened, drum snare. And I don't know if this was like a bad file that I found like online, and maybe there's like an episode that's like corrected. I don't know, but it's one of the like season 3 or season 4 episodes. I think it involved Bishop. The I don't remember which one it was, but when I saw that episode, it wouldn't stop. But yeah, because I was doing a comparison with 5Ds because there was one episode where the duelist with the rose dragon, when she shows up in the Japanese version, she's like very subdued, very stoic in her voice, and then the music like really stood out in that one, and it had like a lot of organ, very gothic and pending doom type of music. And I just got curious, wondering, well, what did 4Kids do for like this episode? Because did they put like some rock music or something? And it's I don't know, like I kind of wish they would someone would like do symphonic metal or something to make it fit. But no, they changed the girl's like attitude. Then goes to the person she was fighting because the opponent was a knight. In the Japanese dub, he sounds very manly, but in the English dub, like since he's a knight, they make him sound super corny, like trying to deliver all these passages. And then the girl duelist, I already forgot her name, but like she was very cold character, which is like not really something you see in Yu-Gi-Oh like at all. Like so, to find someone so cold, stoic, and kind of wicked, and then in English dub, she's shouting like all of her lines and making insults on the guy and everything, and it just like the whole mood is completely different, and that's a dialogue thing, and that's not including like the way the music goes. And I don't know. I just feel like all the tension is ruined with the way 4Kids does their stuff, and I really hope that maybe one day you can get a proper Yu-Gi-Oh dub for like all of the series. I mean, the asset should still be available. I mean, it's freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a big popular franchise. I mean, it's one of the. It's like on par with Pokemon, where it's. Well, I'm pretty sure Pokemon's more popular than Yu-Gi-Oh, but you know everybody knows Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. But yeah, I don't like those 4 kids isms. If I could like look up like some One Piece episodes and I could break it down and be like all these things just frustrate the hell out of me. Or maybe I look at an episode of Sonic X and Kirby and it's a lot of those sound cues, the dumb sounding music and the way just things just cut and I don't know. I would have to look at things later because I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for that. Yeah, for some reason I found it amusing that they censored Mr. Popo in the 4 Kids version of DBZ Kai. Yeah, that was during the Toonzai days, right? When he's blue, when Mr. Popo is blue, but I don't know. I'm kind of, I feel people might have like a even bigger reaction to that if that happened like in 2000 in the 2020s because people were saying like, "Oh, 4 Kids is cancel culture," or like I don't know, because it kind of goes both ways. Like I say, Mr. Popo's offensive stereotype, but then like, oh, they made him blue. They blue washed him, or something like that. I could just, I'm pretty sure that's kind of like what happened, but you know, it happened and then it got and then it came and gone for Popo and but for like other, eh, I know it's a dumb edit, super dumb edit. Oh boy, in your Twitter DMs. Oh okay. Have you seen Kekko Kamen by Go Nagai, Doomslayer 91? Yes, I have. I've seen Kekko Kamen. 4 Kids dubs have such terrible music due to 4 Kids being too cheap to license the Japanese soundtrack. If only they finished their uncut dubs, because before they went under, or they did that split with CW 4 Kids and Toonzai, or whatever they became later, they were doing uncut versions for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Shaman King. And at one point on their websites, they had the Japanese. They were streaming the Japanese versions with subtitles, so you could go on the 4 Kids site and watch the Sonic clip of him saying shit. You could watch that, and I never took full advantage of it, and I think that's all I looked at it for. On their 4 Kids website, that's no longer here. But yeah, you could probably still find the uncut episodes for Yu-Gi-Oh! I need to look at them because I don't remember what happened in that thing. I don't even remember where I left my discs actually, or did I give them to my sister? I probably did. Now I'm not so sure. Like, where are those Yu-Gi-Oh! Uncut DVDs? Is it in like it's either like in one piece in my room over there, or it's either like in my sister's. Um, wow, I don't remember. Or maybe I could find it online. They also commissioned Capsule Monsters, which the animation studio doesn't even really detail it on their website. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Beyond keeping Bronson focused, Hara didn't contribute much to the plot of NHNK of Hokuto no Ken. I can kind of see that because in Blue Sky, him and this other guy, like the stuff they wrote, isn't exactly the greatest. I don't know because I feel like there's more stuff about Hara online, not so much about Bronson, or maybe stuff that I haven't looked at. Yeah, there was that with Popo. Uh, well, the thing is, Mr. Popo is not even like he's not even human. He's like a I don't know if he's canonically a Jin, but that's what he appeared to be because he has the pointy ears and like a bit of a genie vibe. I think he had a magic carpet, didn't he? Like in some of the early Dragon Ball stuff, or was that anime only? I don't know. It's been so long since I seen early Dragon Ball, but Mr. Popo was like one character that never like got utilized in action because I mean he had a Kamehameha. It's like a one his biggest achievement. We might get a we might get a reboot of Fist and North Star with good dub. Will we get a reboot of Fist of North Star with a good dub like Netflix Saint Seiya? I also want them to do old school Fist of the North Star with the classic music and the Netflix dub. I don't know. It depends on the sources. I mean, Sentai Filmworks somehow got like access to all of Saint Seiya, and maybe because of their connection with ADV Films or what they used to be ADV Films. But their dubbing but their Sentai dub was like a lot better than their 2000s dub for Saint Seiya because there was like so much mispronunciations of words. There were so many there was a lot of bad acting in the 2000s one. Like the butler just shout his lines. There were some deliveries that just came out funny, but then again, in the Netflix dub for Cancer Death Mask, he was super posh, but hilariously fitting. Like it somehow worked. But the dub was like so much better than their 2000s. Let's see. Plus, those graphic OVAs tended to get pumped with money until the Japanese economic crash. Yeah, like I don't remember like where I heard it, or maybe there's a documentary or a video somewhere, but I do recall that, and maybe it was from Mason Otaku or Maison Otaku that talked about the OVAs. But basically, it went to the fact that, oh, you like violent stuff? Yeah, here you go. Here you go, you Americans, and then buy our anime OVAs. And then it stopped. A lot of those OVAs were cool. Like, well, admittedly, a lot of them were kind of bad story wise, but visually and creatively, they were like some of the most amazing stuff ever. And I go in chapter 59 of Joe the Boxer of Tomorrow. You mean you're gonna read chapter 59? Because I never heard of the term Joe the Boxer of Tomorrow. But I don't know, Frig Bevel being chilling. I don't know. Goblin Slayer is tame compared to the old manga series I've seen. I don't think today's generation is that exposed to some of the real graphic stuff. I think maybe the most graphic thing probably would have been the that pornographic like reviewer species reviewer thing. Maybe I haven't looked at it, but I'm guessing that's the one that's like the most like sexually oriented. Um, I can't have a hard time saying your username. It's the second time I look at it. This Katli Pokasura. I'll just say the last one. Pokasura. Did you make a video for Kinika Man references and other media? No, I haven't done that. I've been getting a lot of tweets of people on Twitter like showing me all their like references they can find, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to make that for Kinnikuman Day or in that month of Kinnikuman Day. Because there's a lot to start through, and I'm kind of wondering, like, should I just make different ones for different series? Because Naruto and Toriko and Fairy Tail, I think those three have the most references, like divided each. But then make another one that's all about references and other things. I don't know. People that were scared of by Goblin Slayers who never watched the Violence Jack OVAs. Four Kids have the same mention that Funimation had with early Dragon Ball, and if there isn't constant audio, boys will get bored. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the problem that I hated. That the music never stops. I'm pretty sure that's the same mentality for Saban when he did anime back then, and then the same thing for like some of their live action programming, like VR Troopers, Power Rangers, Beetleborgs, Knights of Tiragnor or Tiragnor. I forgot the actual thing. And especially the next mutation, like that one, and just like the sound effects were super excessive. Like a lot of those shows like are unwatchable by today's standards just because of like the way they were edited back then. Because I don't know about kids' attention span nowadays, but a lot of the modern cartoons are a lot more complicated and sophisticated than anything like prior. I'm thinking probably any one of those could beat Batman the Animated Series by this point, but unfortunately, those aren't the shows I like to watch. Uh, Even as a kid, I thought Four Kids' constant blaring music and sound effects were obnoxious. Yeah. Oh no. Is that some of their actors were good. It just that it just got hit with like such a bad audio track, bad soundtrack in general. I'm trying to remember the way the clip goes. Zolo, what's that noise? No, 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 no. Some sounds in the background. It's Sanji's lollipop. He's I don't know why he's so sucking on it. Is he gonna like that? And I don't know. Like some of their attitude is just so. I'm really like I'm just doing this over and over again, and like really trying to remember any single clip. You know what? Screw this. Let me look for a clip. Let me let me look for something. You're yeah, maybe to play it safe. Let me do a Sonic one. Let me do Sonic X because I think I can get away with that. Oh, YouTube, come on. Sonic X episode whatever. Like I'm willing to bet like any scene, any freaking scene is gonna give me exactly what I hate about it. Okay, the first one is episode one, so Chaos Control Freaks. No, I don't think that's annoying enough. No, it has to be something else. It has to be how many episodes do they have here? Let's see. It says here there's episodes 1 through 78. All these are TMS. Yeah, all these are TMS episodes. Let's do a Sonic Adventure. Let's see. All right, let me go with episode 34, Shadow Knows, because it's also kind of disappointing that we got Sonic Adventure anime, but it's not as good as we wanted it to be. Yeah, all right, here we go. I hope you can hear this. As soon as it lets me play it, gosh.
Speaking. We verified your position. Handle suspect carefully. He's a slippery little guy. You're awful quiet.
So what?
Well, from what I heard, you caused quite a ruckus over at Prison Island the other night. Now we can't get 2 words out of you.
Guess I'm not feeling
Even now, I can hear that dopey music in the background.
too chatty.
You better watch
There he goes. There. You heard that? You freaking heard that?
that smart mouth, Hedgehog, or you'll be running laps in it. It's over at Prison Island the other night. Now we can't get 2 words out of you.
Guess I'm not feeling too chatty.
Ba-ba-bum. Like, I hate it so much. Like all those freaking. I literally am the Grinch when it comes to 4Kids. Like all of that noise. Oh. Ugh. Yeah. 4Kids only good dubs are Pokemon, the first Yu-Gi-Oh, and to an extent Ultimate Muscle. I am surprised how many dirty jokes are in Ultimate Muscle. Like I need to sit down and watch the dub, but I'm getting so annoyed by those 4Kids isms. I'm just calling it that 4Kids isms. Winx Club and Tokyo Mew Mew are the few dubs that 4Kids did that everybody liked. Yeah, somehow they struck gold with that. Same thing goes with Ninja Turtles, and I don't know about Funky Cops or Cubics. I think that, or was Cubics WB? No, I think Cube. I don't remember who did Cubics. Only 9 episodes before being canceled due to low sales. Ooh, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Uncut. Viz has been drawing Mr. Popo's lips since he started publishing Dragon Ball over 16 years ago. Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know. All these shows need better dubs. Have you watched any tokusatsu shows? Looking into watching Shotaro Ishinomori's Robot Detective K and Kikaider. The episodes were uploaded on YouTube. The only tokusatsus that I've seen are Ranger, which is the Japanese Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Jetman. Those are the only 2 that I've seen. Because I need to look into the Metal Heroes, because that one just looks like cooler to me, and I don't know. I'd rather see the original VR Troopers. What VR Troopers was partially based on, because they grabbed like I think like 2 or 3 different shows. Sonic X entire third season was also funded by 4Kids. Though I was never into Sonic X fan, never really a Sonic X fan, even the uncut version. The thing is, like Sonic Adventure, they did not do a good job with Sonic Adventure. Like even with the Japanese audience, well, just by looking at the Japanese footage, and the way how fast everything went, and the way the designs. I don't know. The thing is, I have critiques with Sonic's design himself, because I don't like the way Sonic and Shadow only have about half of their quills. Sonic only has 3 quills, and Shadow has like 2 on the left, 1 up, and maybe 1 sticking out. But he's like missing the ones, like he's missing a piece. The writer manga only does a rough draft of the story, while the artist and the editor do the rest. I felt the Saint Seiya license was cheap due to Deke ruining the series' reputation over here. Oh, maybe there might be some truth to that, but then again, I don't know. Maybe because like Saint Seiya is just not so popular here in America. It's just not. Isaki's Blackjack OVAs are the gold standard as for yeah. The Blackjack OVAs are like really freaking good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this soon, like within like 10 minutes or so. Have I caught up to all the comments? Yeah, I'm almost caught up. Wow, that video quality is like really bad. Did you guys even see any of the Sonic X footage? Like, man, it is so bad. I'm gonna have to just get like freaking webcam. If anyone knows any webcams, just like a good webcam, tell me so I could buy that. Because I'm getting tired of this footage looking like so freaking fuzzy. Like I don't know, or maybe I just need a different phone. I don't know. I should continue reading Blackjack aside from being familiar with Osamu Tezuka. I remember finding the protagonist design interesting. Oh yeah, the Blackjack manga is very different from anything that exists. Blackjack TV does cover some stories from the manga, but Blackjack is like a lot grayer in the manga, and there are times where he has like this like very cold side. And the only thing I wish that the Blackjack manga was in order, but I don't know why Vertical Inc. didn't publish it chronologically and instead like did it by different stories. So you're gonna see the art change a little differently, and I'm also curious like how Tezuka was writing Blackjack as a character. Danny Boy, funny thing regarding mangaka's process, Miyashita didn't do manuscripts or scripts for his manga. He just drew whatever he wanted and it worked. He also didn't have meeting with his editors. Oh wow. Can you link me like more info about Miyashita's like background or anything? Because I found like one time like one person was doing a bunch of Spanish tweets about Miyashita. MD guys managed to complete the trilogy of games Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja 1, Joe and Mac 2 Returns, and Joe and Mac 3 Lost in the Tropics. Not gonna lie, the DBZ soundtrack in the US compared to the original makes it a completely different show. You probably saw this online already, like look behind you. Behind you. Ah, so you must be Frieza. Like I don't know, that old DBZ though, like I don't know how people liked that back then. I mean, it's a miracle Kai exists because a lot of those lines are just so awful. And some of them are from Motion Dub, some are from Funimation themselves. Like, of course, like he was a great scientist. Look, I can see their parachutes. They're okay. But of course, there's also the big green dub. I can't remember what TN said. Its powers are really extraordinary. I'm here too, guys. Yeah, the problem with Funimation dub that I can think of with Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, is that they took out the Japanese insert songs and they replaced it to characters describing what they're seeing. I remember Stephanie like Noldany when she was playing Goku when Goku's with Upa. They're in the forest. There's supposed to be a song playing, but instead Goku's just saying, "Wow, it's so beautiful," just over and over again, and just laughing. I'm like, oh, geez, no, stop it. I remember in the Tien versus Yamcha, then the announcer just kept commenting the entire fight when there was that song playing. I don't remember what they did with the Red Ribbon Army because there's one song where they have a march, and I don't remember what the dub did. But yeah, that's like the only problem I have with the original Dragon Ball dub. It's just that they cut off the insert songs and it leaves to some like there's some lines in there that needs to cut out. But the original Z, like I don't know how anybody watched it like that back then. Just so much bad in it. I always feel bad for the 4 Kids actors. They're clearly very talented, but people crap on them because of the scripts they got stuck with. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, like, some people aren't even aware that, like, Sean Schimmel was in a lot of 4 Kids stuff. Like, he was even in the 5Ds episode that I saw as one of the commentators. And even then, he's throwing the joke. Because a lot of them came from Central Park Media, and I'm kind of surprised that some of them appeared in the Slayers dubs that Funimation did, like Evolution and Revolution R. Like I don't think they used all their real names. Like I don't think Dan Green used his real name or maybe used a stage name, but you don't see Dan Green in the credits. You see a different voice. I mean, you see a different name, but you can tell that that's his voice. Like it's unmistakable. Yeah, like people like Lisa Ortiz. But honestly, like Jason Griffith as Sonic and Usopp did not sound good to me. Like even back then, and it took a while for Jason Griffith to sound good. By Sonic Unleashed, that's when Jason sounded right. But then Sonic Unleashed and the Black Knight and maybe the Seven Rings and no Seven Rings in Hand is a song. Secret Rings. Like I think that's when Jason like perfected his Sonic voice, and then time for Roger Craig Smith to take over because a lot of his early stuff for Sonic it just sounded so freaking bad. I can think of like okay, yes. I remember like an old Sonic 06 review. They were talking about Jason Griffith's voice and saying like, why does Jason Griffith always sounds like he's talking like this? He's saying, well, how about his shouts? Yes, okay, yeah. Do I still have that Sonic X clip here? Like, let's play some more Sonic X. I don't know if any of you guys heard that. I hope you did. Let me just. I know he sounded better as Shadow, but even then, it's not like. Let's see if I can find like a good line of dialogue here. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, like Mike Pollock is voicing like a Mexican stereotype in this freaking series by playing like the maid. Like, of course, the maid has to be Mexican, of course. That reminds me of when 4 Kids did like that guy with Ultimate Muscle. They had to make like that the trainer that was with Kid when Meats was in the hospital. Like of course they had to make him Mexican. He wasn't Mexican at all. Oh yeah, I can't find a good clip of Sonic here. Let's see if he talks.
And what do you say?
Noise. Yeah, let's see.
Can't hang around, big guy. Sorry. I'll give you a ring sometime. What do you say?
Oh, there you go. There's a joke right there. You give you a ring sometime because he has a ring, and that's what you say when you want to call someone on the phone. Funimation's soundtrack sounds miles better than any of the 4 Kids stuff. Oh yeah, some of those tracks are good. Like I remember seeing the Funimation dub for the first time when it was in the Majin Buu saga. And the songs that stick to my head is the that one, and the admittedly, I was annoyed that they changed the music because I grew up on the Spanish dub, so I was super into the Kikuchi score, like the dun 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 bum 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 bum. You know that one, and there's the what's another good one that I could think of? You know that fight one and the I'm trying to think of what's a good one I could do. Bum 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 da dum 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 bum 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 dum 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 bum 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 bum. Like what was another good one? The from Kikuchi. I'm trying to think of another song that comes out. Yeah, I can't imitate one. The one that's coming to my mind is in the World's Strongest Namek theme. I can't imitate that by my sounds at all. Yeah, and in Sonic X specifically, 4Kids remove all text from backgrounds and signs, leave it all blank. Yeah, because they wanted Sonic to be like universal. And speaking of like signs and backgrounds, there's no signs and backgrounds in this one shot here. Yeah, because they wanted it to air universally, so they wouldn't have to worry about like translating the text. So just leave it all blank. I think a new TNT reboot after Rise failed would be good because I expect it to be on Paramount Plus. Anime Hero, what do you think, Randy 21765? Um, well, there's still that movie that's supposedly gonna happen with Rise. I don't know, on Netflix. But even so, I wouldn't mind the new TMNT show. But for the sake of like making it successful and maybe playing it safe, I would recommend doing a turtle show that's based on the Playmates toy designs, since that's what's in right now. That would help with Super 7. That would help with Playmates themselves by re-releasing the vintage ones, vintage reissues, and catering to the old crowd and trying to get new people with it. Get that nostalgia going again. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Like that's what I meant about the signs. Didn't even pay attention to 4Kids sound effects and music back when I was a kid. Hearing it now, it irks me a little. It irks me a lot. TMNT wasn't a dub; it was original co-production with Mirage Studios. Yeah, but it still has the 4Kidsisms a little bit. Um, I was sick of those reruns of Sonic X being playing constantly in the mornings as a kid until they ended the morning block by Meat Hook. I was annoyed with the Batman on Kids WB because it was just like season 1 and season 2 over and over again. And then by the time it got to season 4 and 5, I'm like, when did Superman get in the show? When is the Justice League part of the Batman universe? I need to rewatch the Batman because I was trying to rewatch the first few episodes and I'm like, everywhere online is like low quality, and I'm thinking I might as well just buy the show, and then it's on Blu-ray now. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just buy the DVDs to be cheaper. It'll look better than what I can find online. But the Batman would constantly re-air those same episodes over and over again. And it was like, I don't know. It went on for so long. Same thing with Ninja Turtles when it jumped from Fox Box to Cartoon Network and then to Miguzi. A lot of the Triceraton episodes are like season 1 and 2. It's always that for Turtles. Like they rarely air like stuff from season 4 or 5. When it got to like the crazy stuff, like with the dragons. It was something else towards the end. I forgot what it was with Bishop. Yeah, but poor Baxter Stockman, right? Got super mutilated in that show. Like Baxter is like the most tragic character in the 2003 TMNT, and then like I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's one like I don't know if it counts as banned episode. Well, it counts as an unaired episode because it couldn't air it because it was so grotesque and dark and menacing. Is that it's like a lot of body horror for Baxter Stockman that I think you can find it online. I forgot where I found it, but or what the number it is, but there's a Baxter Stockman episode that did not air on TV because it was too graphic. You know, because I prefer how Adult Swim will keep the original music and not treat their viewers like morons. However, south of the US, Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, and King of Fighters are huge. Is that what cough means? Like, but yeah, obviously with Dragon Ball and Saint Seiya, I mean, have you seen the? I mean, we all know about that Dragon Ball Super episode, don't we? That premiered on Mexico, and that that show. Oh man, Toei was mad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like end this now. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to end this here because sorry I didn't get to everybody, but yeah, I'm looking at these things, see if like there's anything else. Yeah, Calf is King of Fighters. Think Netflix master anime will be hardcore or tame? Billy Mount the Third. Oh well, I didn't get the right comment. Yeah, I don't know because it's really up in the air because there's been some adaptations which are like super violent and sexual, while others are like have reduced have it super reduced. Yeah, I wasn't aware that the Boo Saga was like more popular in Japan, but yeah, I'm gonna have to end this now, guys. Sorry. Ugh. Because I didn't plan this stream to last this long either. I was thinking of making it just be there for like 20 minutes, and it just ended up being almost 2 hours. Uh, uh, you can end it by reacting to the Katsukuyo clip. Okay. I only know the lady named Porno. Yeah, like I think she's like Satan's right hand man, right hand girl or something. But yeah, she's basically like the second in command from what I can tell. Hold on, let me go to Twitter and just end it with that. I don't know, maybe because there's been a couple of times where like a reference just gets past people and they don't know what it is, so they don't dub the line or anything. Because I remember like a Mercury Falcon found a reference to City Hunter, like one of the theme songs, and the dub didn't know what the joke was. I remember Gantz did the Kenshiro references. I love that. Oh man, like all right, here we go. Hope the audio plays.
You seem knowledgeable about this movie.
Yeah, and what is that union thing? I know.
It's the
Oh.
Great Student Union from Otokojuku. They have over 1,000 members led by the fearsome Tatsuo Mito. I don't think that's it.
Oh no, let me do that again. Can you?
You seem knowledgeable about this movie.
Yeah, and
I wasn't expecting like actual characters to show up.
I know.
It's the Kanto Great Student Union from Otokojuku.
Oh, did Sentai film this? Because I mean, dub this because they put a subtitle on top of it, and I like at this point I wish they didn't because so I could get a better look at the character designs. Because it's mainly Date's characters, like from like the Three Fists.
It's the Kanto Great Student Union from Otokojuku.
Oh, that made me happy. I'm gonna clap like a little kid. Yeah, it's like one more.
You seem knowledgeable about this movie.
Gonna raise it up super high.
Yeah, and what is that?
I don't care about
thing?
copyright.
I know.
It's the Kanto Great Student Union from Otokojuku.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna end this now. Good night, everybody, and thank you, Danny Boy, for that clip. Okay, yeah, just tell me the episode number so I can like look if I can download the clip for myself. All right, later.